So you might be wondering why I'm actually doing this and why I took the rear tyre cover off. It's because when I went up a size to a 265/70/17, I was no longer able to shut that rear tyre door cover. So if you're wanting to buy a Pajero, or you already own a Pajero and you're wanting to go up a tyre size, just take that into consideration, because I didn't realise, like I thought that I'd be able to just put my spare tyre in, and I was driving around with my original spare tyre for a while, although I was running the bigger tyres on my car, and when I eventually got a flat tyre, I had to put my spare tyre on that was 2 inches smaller than the rest, which sort of sucked, but it got me out of trouble because I was in the middle of nowhere, and I did already have a spare in my size that I kept at home for situations. So as soon as I got home, I was able to put my actual spare tyre on, and then I was able to get a new one, like a new tyre on the pop-dom. So it is a bit of a hassle. Like, you can do it the way that I had it, where, you know, you keep your standard one in, get you out of trouble, but you know, you're running a tyre that's 2 inches smaller than the rest, so it's not ideal. But I didn't want to have to go to all this well, it's not that much of a issue, but I couldn't be bothered to do it at the time. And then obviously you never know when you get a flat, and I just happened to get a flat that day. And yeah, so the next day I took my tyre cover off, put my actual spare on, and then it's been a year and I haven't had a flat tyre since, but it shall happen one day soon. I'm not. First step is we're going to drill out the existing holes with a 9mm, one on each corner, just so that we can fit these rivet nuts in. Hopefully now these can just fit right in. Perfect fit. So you're just going to want to install them on each corner. When you buy this off Russell, he also includes everything you need, which is very handy. So I didn't have to go out and buy any of these myself. So to get your riv nut to expand in behind, I've just got my bolt with a nut and 2 washers on it, and you're just going to want to put it on. I'm just going to tighten it with this first. And then you're just wanting to tighten the actual nut, not the bolt itself. And when it's tight, you can feel that it's actually starting to expand in behind. And you want the riv nut to not be spinning at the same time, so watch it. Make sure that the riv nut's not actually spinning with this while you're twisting it. And then as you can see, that's in there nice, it's solid, and in behind the riv nut would have expanded, so that's not coming out now. So just going to do that to all 4 on each side. With the hole punch, you're going to want to punch out these 2 holes, like the back of it. There's a bit of metal that blocks the riv nuts sitting all the way flush. I don't have a hole punch, so I'm sort of like half drilling into it because it's just sitting out by a few mil. So I'm just minutely going to drill into it. So that now it should sit fairly flat, while I'll show you with this one. See how it sits out a couple mil from the actual board? So there's just a little bit of metal. It's probably hard for you guys to see, but it just stops it from going all the way through. So just punch out the back of that, or if you don't have a hole punch like me, I guess just drill a few mil. I'm not going to drill all the way through it, just enough to be able to fit that riv nut in. Alright, so now I've got these 2 sitting flush, got the rest in, they all sit quite well, don't have to do anything but drill them out. And I want to start with your top 2 first, and then do the bottom 2, just so that it's aligned before you start tightening it. You're not going to want to tighten it too much, but that's about all you're looking for, just so that it's not bulging and sitting nice and flat. Same as on the other side, we're just going to start with the top two and not screw them in all the way, just so that we can line them up. Alright, just gave it a little wash down and that's pretty much it. Just gonna fit my spare tire. Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys have ever actually noticed my number plate, but on it down the very bottom it says I love my ducks. So if you listen carefully in a lot of my videos, you can hear them quacking, and they like to spend a lot of time with me. they sit there at the gate watching what I'm doing, so they've come to say their little hello for the day. Can you be cool? So when you take off your real tyre cover, you're obviously left with nowhere to put your license plate, the reverse camera, the lights for the license plate, and a few other things. So this is my temporary thing. Like I said, it's temporary. It's been like this for probably a year now, but it's definitely not my end solution. So I just made this little bracket thing up. As you can see, this is a little bit wobbly, but it honestly doesn't matter once I've put the top plate in. It doesn't wobble around. Just drill 3 holes just so that I can sit in there. You can buy these, but I like to do things as cheap as possible, so I had the scrap metal laying around and I was able to do that. So when you're putting the spare tyre on, you'll have to sort of lift it up and over. It doesn't just slide on, and it's a little bit awkward. This will probably take me a little while. I'm definitely not going to get it first go. Alright, so that's what it looks like, and you've just got these 2 little pin bits sticking out so that we can fit the actual license plate to it. Yes, I've done a terrible 5-minute quick paint job on this rear tyre, but if you've seen what it looked like before, you'll know. So this is definitely better than what it was. I would ideally like to get a rim to fit, like to match the rest, but they're a bit expensive just for show, so this will do for the moment. Like I said, everything's temporary. Although temporary might still be for a year or 2, it's still temporary, not my end goal. Alrighty, so then I've got holes here and here that we'll screw onto that L bracket, and it should sit exactly like that. Just get some screws. I don't feel like it'll be too much of a hassle if I ever got a flat and had to take all this off. Like, I know how to do it, so it doesn't really worry me. And then I run these wires. And just in time. Once I put my license plate on, the ducks are visiting me again. Hey, gorgeous girls. They keep me company while I work. And then I just have zip ties at the moment to hold my sensors and the camera, but like if you guys have any ideas, I will much appreciate it because I'm still trying to figure out how to hide them. The sensors, I'm not sure as well because as you know, you already have your two on your side there. So I want to have these still on the tyre so that they can censor how close I am to things, while those ones are for more the sides. So I'm not sure. Massive thank you to Russell. So thank you so much for making these. If you are wanting some made from Russell, make sure to send him a message on Facebook. Just search up Russell Allen. He's on Pajero Australia page. So if you just head on to that, send him a message. These did cost me $250 shipped to my house, which is good. And I just had to pay for painting because I wanted them to match the colour of my car. I told him not to worry about painting them because I'll match them to the colour. So this is what it looks like. And pretty happy. New coat of paint on the rims, not perfect but a lot better than what it was. Tyre shine, obviously tyre shine just makes everything better. But yeah, thank you so much Russell, and yeah, send him a message if you guys are wanting some made.